Hello my friends and welcome again. This is Breaking, following the path of the aspiring comic book artist, and I am your friend Esau Travels. And as you might have noticed, we are in a different setting right now. I am visiting a very good friend of mine in the beautiful city of Austin, Texas, and this is his home. Unfortunately, he had to leave because today is Friday and he works. He works in advertising, so he's not as available or free as you might say. But we're gonna meet him later today in the afternoon. So here's him. So what can I tell you guys right now? Well, it is from time to time. It is really good for you guys just to go outside and try to think about something other than your art, because you need your inspiration. You need to put in something in order for your art to breathe and to develop. So this kinds of circumstances, if you have any trips coming up, or if you have the opportunity to go to maybe a convention or to another city to work or do whatever, just try to go outside of your studio and outside of your comfort zone, and then you're gonna get several and different kinds of inputs. If it's from people, if it's from other art, maybe it's from the city you're visiting or something like that. You have to put in something different and add on to your visual library. Then later on you will be able to get all that stuff and put that all into your work. So I think that is very important, and not just to be in your cave, in your studio. I mean, we love it, that's why we do it, but it is also really good to go outside and do some other stuff. Really good. So what else is new? Still working on those projects that I told you about. They are two comic book related projects, and the other one is the app, the illustrations for the app that I'm still working on. So that's good. It's still going on, and it is also important that you are working in something that you think that goes according to your values and your personal goals as far as your career, because it is. I know that it's hard to be working, and maybe it's not the job or the gig that you were, excited for. But sometimes you have to do what you gotta do, and in those cases you have to keep going. And but it is also important to be working on something that you are passionate about. I'm not talking about, of course, if you're working in illustration or video games or whatever, you are working in something that has to do with the creative field. But you have to be working on something that you really believe in. And what I'm talking about, it is something that you are every day you wake up and you start thinking, oh, I have to work on that because I'm excited about it and I want to do it because I don't know, maybe it's a different project. You are working on something that it is new and exciting for you, and that is also important because you have to keep your creative juices flowing. So maybe it's not a paying gig, maybe it's something personal, but I've heard from several sources that it is really important, and sometimes it is more important to work in those personal projects because out of those personal projects comes out the best of your work. So keep that in mind and try to work on projects that develop your creative juices and keeps you thinking about those emotions and all of those feelings that you are that you start working in this field for. So just keep that in mind and look for those kinds of projects, or make time to work on those projects, because those are fuel to be working in this field while you wait for that perfect gig. That the perfect gig it's very difficult to come by. But if in the meantime you're working on something that you really like, and when the time comes you will have something to show and get that perfect gig. Alright, we are coming closer to episode 100, and that's kind of a huge deal. So I just would like to give props to all of my brothers, my Breaking brothers, Lloyd, Aries, Ernesto, Damien. He's watching from the shadows, I'm sure. But we are getting closer to that 100 episode, and we have a little something. We are preparing a little something, so keep tuned for that. And yeah, just be ready for something. We're working on something that could be potentially cool. Well, that's it for now. I would like to say that, and keep working hard, never give up, and never surrender. Just keep going, keep doing what you're doing. And if you think that this helps you, and it might help someone else. So I'll see you around, and never give up, and never surrender. Peace out.